Back with another live stream. A lot to discuss in this one. We'll be talking about the latest on Gyokeres. We haven't had that name in a couple of weeks. We'll finally be talking about Gyokeres. The latest on Merino. Arsenal the favorites to sign Merino after the Euros. Euros with Spain, and then Calafiori as well. I know people are tired of talking about Calafiori, but you have to talk about him until the day we sign him. So all that we'll be discussing today, and without wasting any time at all, let's get straight into it with the latest on Viktor Gyökeres. So this is the latest on him. According to reports, Arsenal and Chelsea are always there, man. Like every time Arsenal wants a player, Chelsea is always there. Like every kind of player, goalkeepers, strikers, youngsters, old players, Chelsea is always there. But hey, Arsenal and Chelsea are among the clubs that retain an interest in Viktor Gyökeres. Sources with knowledge of the situation have told TBR that the belief is Sporting CP would now consider a deal close to 60 million for the player. Now, with Gyokeres and Osimhen, we obviously know that we want both of them. We've been told Arsenal are the favourites to sign Gyokeres if it happens. We've been told Osimhen wants to join Arsenal. There's no other team that wants them. But the kind of money that those teams want for those players, 120 million for Osimhen, 100 million euros for Gyokeres, which is around 83 million pounds, no team is going to pay that. So the only way those two players are going to leave their teams is if those prices are reduced. Now, by how much, we don't know. Maybe Osimhen, if it goes to like 95 million euros, then teams will be coming in for them. And Gyokeres, maybe if the price drops again, not again, but under 100 million, then maybe teams could go in for him. Now, players like Gyokeres and Osimhen, they're not being signed right now, being talked about, not because they're not good players. No, I'm sure there's a lot of teams that would want Gyokeres and Osimhen, but that money is a lot. That is why Osimhen has not gone anywhere, and that is why Gyokeres has not gone anywhere. The money is too much. 100 million for Gyokeres. Yes, he had an incredible season, 58 goal contributions, but 100 million is a lot of money. 100 million euros, 83 million pounds. And for Osimhen, 120 million euros is a lot of money. They have to drop the price. Now, could Sporting be forced to drop that price? Now, for Napoli have to sell Osimhen to buy other players. Conte doesn't want him. He wants to move on. He's had a lot of trouble there. He wants to move on. For Gyokeres, I do believe Sporting have other players to sell if they want money. They have other players like Edwards, Inacio, all those players, Diomande. So if they're desperate for money, Sporting, they can sell other players. Unless Gyokeres is at the top of their list to be sold. Now, I don't think the coach is staying there at Sporting. I don't think he's very keen on selling Gyokeres. I don't think they have to sell him. But if they do sell him, or if they do want to sell him, they have to drop that price to something around less than 100 million, but we are being told that they are willing to drop that price to 60 million. Now, if they drop that price to 60 million, believe me, there will be like 20 teams who want him. If that price drops to 60 million, there'll be a lot of teams that want him. It's not going to be Arsenal only. But if it drops to 60 million, then we should definitely be getting the player. If Gyokeres is 60 million, 100% forget about everything that you're doing right now. Go and get Gyokeres 100% immediately. A player who can get you 58 goal contributions and almost 15 assists from that, like double-figure goals, double-figure assists. That's an incredible player. I don't care whether he's done it in Portugal or Brazil or Argentina or Mexico. Doesn't matter where he's done it. It's not easy to get 58 goal contributions whichever league you're playing. It is not easy. So that kind of player would not be available again. For 60 million, a lot of teams would want him. Chelsea, as we've seen that, they'd want him. You'd probably hear Tottenham want him. You'd probably hear Dortmund want him. Bayern want him. You'd hear a lot of teams want him. But in terms of us against other teams, I usually say these days, only Man City and Real Madrid, I'm usually like, someone can easily pick those teams. Like if Real Madrid wants to play and Arsenal wants to play, I'm like, I'm not 100% sure he's going to join us. Madrid is always like, guaranteeing your Champions League. A lot of players would want to play for Real Madrid. And Man City as well with the Guardiola factor and the fact that they win titles every single season. But every other team these days, I'm like, if it's Arsenal against Bayern Munich, why can't we get the player? If it's Arsenal against Chelsea, yes, we can get the player. If it's Arsenal against Man United, yes, we can get the player. So I'd be confident. If Real Madrid are not there and Man City are not there in terms of wanting Gyokeres, I'd be very confident. But Real Madrid have signed Mbappe, so I don't think they're going to get another striker. I was thinking someone to replace Oselu. But if they don't want him, we should be favorites to get Gyokeres. We were told a couple of weeks ago that Arsenal had already agreed personal terms with Gyokeres. They are now just waiting for, if Arsenal want him really, really seriously, they can go and bid for him at Sporting. So if it drops to 60 million, That would be an incredible buy, man. Like, I would 100% take him for 60 million. And just like the goalkeeper situation, we've been linked to a lot of goalkeepers, guys. Like, since yesterday, I've seen like 6, 7 goalkeepers. Like, we've talked about 7 different goalkeepers since yesterday. So with the goalkeeper issue, I don't have a problem. As long as this is the last time you're talking about goalkeepers, no problem. If we sign 3 goalkeepers this time, let it be the end of goalkeepers. Let us not speak about goalkeepers again for the next 3-4 years. I want the same with the strikers. Now, next season, a lot more other teams would want strikers, and strikers are not easy to get. 3 years ago, there was the likes of Vlahovic, Isaac. Right now, I cannot mention 5 strikers that are realistic that can improve Arsenal, apart from Osimhen, Gyokeres, and a couple of people have mentioned Jimenez from the Dutch league. Not too many strikers. Realistic, there's not too many. Isaac is not realistic. Watkins is not realistic. All those guys are not realistic. So someone who can improve our team to the next level, I don't think there's too many strikers. Now, if Gyokeres and Osimhen ended up moving to other teams, next season is going to be even harder to get a striker. So just like the goalkeeper situation, I wanted to finish this season, and I want us to finish our striker situation this season as well. Let's go and get a striker. Let's not talk about it for the next 2 years. Let's know that, yes, we have a striker, we have a goalkeeper for the next 3-4 years. Let's sort out other positions, because we've been talking about strikers a lot. We've been talking about goalkeepers a lot. Like, finally, if we do sort of the striker situation, I'd be very happy. Now, let me keep on saying the thing that I say every single day. Arsenal can still finish second in the Premier League without a striker. No team will finish ahead of us apart from Man City if we don't buy a striker. That is still what I believe. But to compete with Man City, to compete with Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, we have to get a striker. If we get a striker and we still don't win the league and we still don't go far in the Champions League, the next season, you go and do something else. You add another winger, you add another striker on top of that. You have to keep on trying. We are only 2 points behind Man City. And the only thing that we've never really tried recently is to get a striker. So let's try that. If it doesn't work out, let's go and get another strike on top of that. You know, we have to keep on going and keep on going. We've got defenders. We've signed midfielders recently. You know, the only things we haven't tried really is to get a strike and a backup for Saka. Let's try that this season and then see where it takes us. So that's the latest on Gyokeres. It could still happen. We have to be very patient with this one. There's still a long time to go before this month ends. Pre-season, I think they'll be traveling next week, at the end of next week or something. So let's see what happens. But if that price drops to 60 million, as they've said, that would be incredible. So I think the 100 million euros is like 83 million pounds. So that means the drop will be from 83 million pounds to 60. That means they'll have taken off 23 million from the fee. So that would be a very good fee for Gyokeres. Incredible player. He can score goals, he can assist, and the fact that he can assist is where the fact that he can assist and is the team player as well, and the fact that he's more disciplined than Osimhen is why I feel like he's ahead of Osimhen in terms of joining Arsenal, and also the money. Gyokeres is cheaper. The age, are the same age, so that is not really a factor. Osimhen, in terms of experience and doing it of different leagues and, you know, for a longer time, yes. But the worry I have with Osimhen, I don't know if Arteta would really want Osimhen because of that attitude. Like you saw Aubameyang, I don't think Arteta would want someone like an Osimhen in the team. But Gyokeres is a definite possibility. So just let me recap it again. Arsenal and Chelsea among the clubs that retain an interest in Viktor Gyökeres. Sporting would now consider a deal close to 60 million for the player. So that's really good. Now, that's not the only player we're going to be talking about today. I'll come to your comments. Let's talk about